Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in today. We're just here to give you sort of a little bit of an update on the new point schedule that we have been doing. So basically, Nick, let's get updated. What's been going on?
Oh, well, for those who haven't seen the video that we put up a couple of days ago, just to recap, take a minute or two to recap on that. At the beginning of 24, when Yole Poker came on board here in Hamilton, they were 10, 12-week seasons, and every time you went to a game, you used to get a 5K add-on for the season final. But as the game and the season evolved last year across 24, when another venue came on, being Haywood, and they were all merged together, the season was a total of 25 games. So when it was just a season of 10, if you attended every game, you get 50K. That would be put beside your 50K start stack from the final. Then as the year went on, if you played all 23 or 25 games across dual venues, you'd basically end up with more than 100K.
Yeah, it'd be like 150K.
150K, so you'd end up with 150K beside your 50K stack. We call that was too skewed. So towards the back end of last year, there was a bit of a vibe in regards to whether things could be rejigged a little bit to reward consistent play or better play. And for a lot of people that have played around, one of the foundations or fundamentals for good season events is there's always a point system. So with the vibe that came on last year, and I think it got around to quite a few people, the decision, there was a lot of more focus put on a top 10 points. And the attendance was sort of taken out of it, and we shifted a focus across based on that vibe. But since that video's gone up, there's been some feedback coming back, and some people have felt like the attendance still needs to be a component of the added chips that you get on the season final. And I think in the last couple of days, you've flicked quite a few messages around and had some feedback, and things have been tweaked. So that's what this video is about.
So basically, after we put the video up, I wanted to get around everybody. Because as you can appreciate, we haven't been able to talk to everybody before we put the point system out. So I got approached by a few people that loved the point system, absolutely adored it, but they also wanted the attendance to actually be rewarded as well, which it should be as well, because if you are attending the games, you're putting towards the season final. And at the end of the day, all we want is good poker for everybody, but also to have a fun time. And some people like to improve for the game, some people are just there for social poker. So we want to reward both of these.
And it also makes it fair for the people that travel, because there are 100%. People that travel over an hour to come and play the games at Hamilton, and some people, if they go down to Haywood, some of the guys from up north, if they travel down there, it's a fair bit of a commitment. So yeah, that needs to be considered as well.
And so we have considered this, and so what we've come up with is we still want to go with the top 10 point system. We think we need to reward consistent play, but we are going to add an element of attendance in there as well. So you will get rewarded for coming every week. So instead of getting the 5K that you would get in previous seasons, everyone will still start with the 50K, but every game that you attend, you'll get 2K added towards the season final. So for example, you play 20 games and don't make top 10 anywhere, you will still get 40K on top of your 50K. So you will still start with 90,000 for the season final. And where we're sort of coming from that is, it sort of rewards the players for coming, but also still rewarding that consistent play. And if you're playing 20 games, hopefully you can make top, say 10 a few times, and you'll get the bonus on top of that. So we'll pick, for example, if you come 5th, for example, on a night, not only will you get your 2K bonus for attended, you will still get your 6 points, which will give you 6K towards the end of season final. So you'll actually end up with 8K. So this will throw our stacks into deeper stacks for the season final, which will result in a better season final for everybody. And by rewarding attendance as well as good play, I feel like our nights will get bigger, which will in turn give the end of season final a bigger prize for which people will play for.
100%.
So this is just a really good situation that we can actually tweak the point system that we had. As you know, we're a poker house that are always listening to people. We want the games to be great for our attendees, and we want everybody to enjoy the vibe of the game. And that's what we've always been about. So this, I think, is a good win-win situation for every style of poker.
And it's sort of ticked now. that you'll get chips just for qualifying. Now you'll get an increase on that. Then if you've played quite a few games and you've travelled, you'll get an increase above on there because you've played quite a few games. And then if you manage to have some success as well, depending on the level of your success, that will get you up a little bit further. So at the top end of the scale is the performance side of things, or the result side of things, which, like I said at the beginning of this video, is everybody, or most poker houses around Australia, will have a point system, and that's the linchpin for it. And this is just the structured way of how we get there, from your games of qualifying to attendance to then performance, and it all bundles together and comes together on the season final.
Yep. Now this also will be used retroactively. So if you had played on Monday, you will get those 2,000 chips. So for all you players that came on Monday, 33 players we had, which was a fantastic turnout.
Awesome.
So for all the players that came on Monday, you will, if you didn't make the top 10, don't worry, you will still get those 2,000 for attending that game. So this will be obviously wound back for that as well. We're only on event number 2, which is in Haywood on Friday night. So,
and if there's any more questions, you want to ask any how's it all work or whatever, don't forget that the season final is on this Sunday, Alexander House.
Yep.
So come and try and win that.
Yep.
And gear up. If you've got any questions or whatever, you'll be able to shoot away.
Exactly right. Again, thank you very much, Nick. Thanks for coming in.
No worries.
We appreciate everybody with the feedback that we've got, and can't wait to talk to you all again about it.
See you Sunday.
Yeah.